Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyberism Prepcast. This series helps you prepare for the exam with focused explanations and practical context. Security awareness plays a vital role in reducing human error and preventing the success of social engineering attacks, which remain among the most common causes of security breaches. A well-developed awareness program fosters a culture where employees feel responsible for protecting information and are empowered to make informed security decisions. These initiatives reinforce organizational policies, acceptable use standards, and the proper channels for reporting suspicious behavior or incidents. Awareness programs also complement technical controls by introducing behavioral safeguards that close the gap between technology and human action. Importantly, awareness and training activities are mandated by most regulatory frameworks and industry standards, making them not just a best practice, but a compliance requirement for many organizations. Understanding the distinctions between awareness, training, and education is essential for building a complete program. Awareness involves general knowledge designed to shape user behavior, such as recognizing phishing attempts or the importance of locking screens. Training is more targeted, developing job-specific skills for fulfilling security responsibilities tied to one's role, such as secure coding practices for developers. Education goes deeper, supporting long-term understanding and strategic thinking, typically for technical or leadership positions. Each level of instruction is designed for a different audience and serves a different purpose in the broader security strategy. An effective program integrates all three layers: awareness, training, and education, to ensure that all staff, regardless of function, receive the level of preparation appropriate to their responsibilities. To build an effective awareness program, organizations must first identify and understand their audience. Users should be classified according to their roles, levels of risk exposure, and technical comfort, enabling tailored content development. Executives, IT professionals, software developers, end users, and third-party partners all have different needs and require distinct messaging. Conducting surveys, reviewing past incident trends, or analyzing common policy violations can reveal current knowledge gaps and help shape future content. Learning objectives should be based on applicable policies, threat models, and the organization's overall risk posture. Particular emphasis must be placed on high-risk groups and privileged users, as these individuals often have greater access to sensitive systems or data. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other podcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. The development of awareness content must be practical, engaging, and contextually relevant. Topics should cover common security issues like phishing, password hygiene, physical security protocols, and proper handling of sensitive data. Wherever possible, content should include examples drawn from real-world attack techniques or recent threat activity to enhance realism. Materials should clearly reference internal policies and legal obligations, linking behaviors to documented expectations. Language should be plain, avoiding technical jargon when addressing general audiences, and enhanced with relatable examples that mirror actual workplace scenarios. To ensure consistency and cultural fit, awareness messaging should reflect the organization's values and communication tone, creating an experience that resonates with employees and reinforces the desired behavior. Engagement is critical for success, and delivery methods should be varied to capture attention and reinforce learning. Blended formats work best, combining e-learning modules, live presentations, newsletters, posters, and gamified activities to reach different learning styles. Interactive elements like quizzes, simulations, or discussion prompts encourage reflection and participation, while periodic campaigns help reinforce messages throughout the year rather than concentrating efforts in a single event. Internal communication platforms such as intranets, digital signage, or email bulletins are useful tools for reinforcement and visibility. To maintain interest over time, storytelling, humor, and strong visual design should be used strategically, helping messages stand out and be retained by the audience. To be effective, training must also be tailored by role, focusing on the specific risks and responsibilities associated with different positions. For example, IT administrators may receive instruction on secure configuration practices, patch management, and access control enforcement. Developers should be trained on secure coding principles, vulnerability testing, and integration of security throughout the development lifecycle. Executives need a focus on risk framing, regulatory implications, and strategic decision-making. General end users benefit from guidance on identifying phishing, securing mobile devices, and handling data during remote work. The level of detail and technical complexity for each module should be calibrated to the user's function, ensuring the training is relevant, actionable, and not overwhelming. Measurement is essential to understanding the impact of awareness and training efforts. Organizations should track participation and completion rates to determine the extent of engagement. Pre-training and post-training assessments can be used to evaluate knowledge retention and determine whether key messages were absorbed. Simulated phishing campaigns help test behavior under realistic conditions and reveal areas where further education is needed. Trends in incident reports and policy violations can be analyzed to look for improvement or ongoing issues. Collecting direct feedback through surveys or informal discussions allows organizations to refine content and delivery methods, continuously improving the program based on actual user experience. Oversight and governance ensure that awareness programs are not only effective, but compliant with internal and external obligations. Responsibility for program management should be clearly assigned, typically within the security or compliance function. The program's scope, goals, and content must be aligned with formal policy and legal requirements. Ensuring consistency across all materials, key metrics should be integrated into reports provided to the board, risk committees, and external auditors to demonstrate ongoing compliance and effectiveness. Formal policies must define training frequency, often requiring completion on an annual basis or more frequently for high-risk roles. Records must be maintained to prove that training was conducted, completed, and updated as necessary to satisfy audit requirements. Awareness programs must also extend beyond internal employees to include third-party vendors and contractors who interact with sensitive systems or data. These individuals must be held to the same security expectations, starting with access to relevant policies and onboarding materials that explain acceptable behavior. Training requirements should be formally documented within contracts or service-level agreements to ensure legal enforceability. Centralized systems should be used to monitor whether third parties have completed their required training and acknowledged applicable policies. If a breach or incident is traced back to a partner's lack of awareness, the organization must be prepared to demonstrate that proper requirements were communicated and followed. Holding third parties accountable helps manage external risk and reinforces the organization's overall security culture. Sustaining an awareness program over time requires commitment and flexibility. Content must be updated regularly to reflect emerging threats, technology changes, and new compliance requirements. Incidents and audit findings should be used as real-time teaching tools to reinforce key concepts or correct problematic behaviors. Rotating themes, varying message formats, and adjusting tone can help combat user fatigue and keep the program fresh and engaging. Security awareness should be embedded into onboarding processes and organizational culture initiatives, making it part of how employees think and act, not just a task to complete. Ultimately, awareness must be treated as a strategic investment in the organization's long-term resilience, not a one-time event or superficial checkbox exercise. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Bare Metal Cybersysm Prepcast. For more episodes, tools, and study support, visit us at baremetalcyber.com.